This one is for every single woman surrounded by people in relationships and marriages where everyone is partnered up except for you. And listen, it doesn't matter if you are single by choice or by circumstance. When I say single, I mean a woman not currently in a committed romantic partnership. There are three principles that need to guide your self preservation as that woman because many women get this wrong and then spend their single years exhausted and tangled up in everyone's relationship drama. So let's get into it. The first principle is this: never prioritize other people's relationships over your well being. Being single gives you a kind of clarity. Many times you are able to see other people's relationships more clearly than they can because you are not caught up in the middle of it. But here's the thing: just because you can see the problem does not mean you need to fix it. A lot of us confuse seeing clearly with being responsible for what we see. So we start to give the advice nobody asked for. Some women are practically on call like it's a job for the relationship chaos of their friends. That you are available for constant emotional dumping does not make you a good friend. Sometimes it shows that you have poor stewardship of your energy. You will go on advising people in relationships and marriages, knowing fully well that they will not take the advice and you will end up as pillow talk by morning. It is fine to be there for your people, but learn to separate what is yours from what is theirs. So you are not left stewing in all the energy they dumped on you. This is what therapists are trained and equipped to do that you are not. And no matter how messy their marriages or relationship gets, never forget that staying in there is an active choice your grown adult friends are making. Respect that. The second principle is this: never become a permanent pacifier, especially for partnered people. I want to make a distinction here. Now, law one was about how you insert yourself into other people's relationships, playing therapist and whatnot. Law two is about what you absorb from other people's relationships. Let's be honest, every relationship between men and women is going to have its share of headaches. However, constantly being summoned into your friend's relationship woes, constantly being used as the pacifier is a different problem entirely, and it is dangerous for your health. Someone fights with her husband. Next thing you know, you are on the phone with her for 3 hours, absorbing all that panic she needed to release. Then she goes back to bed to canoodle with the same man. Meanwhile, you are awake in your apartment, carrying the hypertension for both of you. You are single, but you have married people headaches. You can't even enjoy your singlehood in peace because you keep getting tossed into the middle of someone else's relationship problems. You need to understand this. When two people are in a relationship, they have each other to lean their weight on. They have constant contact, they can talk things through with and regulate each other physically. You, as a single person, you don't have that built in the same way. And your pet, bless it, may give you comfort, but a pet is not a full substitute for reciprocal human support and conversation. If you let people who already have that kind of support system drain you dry, you have nothing left for yourself. You are doing yourself a disservice. I'll give you a few examples of some limits you can set. When they call you to vent, ask whether they want comfort or advice before you commit to hours of listening. Reduce how much of the crisis calls you take, especially late at night. Limit circular conversations about problems that they never take your advice on. And if possible, encourage them towards professional support. Too long didn't read. Mind your business because your life depends on it. The third principle is allowed for natural consequences. As a single woman, you don't have a partner sharing the day to day burden of life with you. This makes it even more important to protect yourself by enforcing consequences when people try to misuse your energy. Nature itself models natural consequences. If a plant is neglected, it will wilt. If a wound is ignored, it will worsen. Actions produce outcomes, whether you want it or not. It is cause and effect. You need to follow the same model of cause and effect. If someone repeatedly shows up late, go on with your plans without them. If someone mishandles private information that you trust them with, give them less access to your life. If they always fail to prepare, you need to stop rescuing them every time at the last minute. If they keep ignoring your limits, reduce how available you are to them. There is an African proverb that says, and I am paraphrasing, it says, a child that is not trained at home will be trained by outsiders. When you allow for natural consequences, you are teaching them what they were not taught, which is to respect other people. This takes real courage, especially if you've got history of people pleasing, but it is not impossible. Be willing to enforce the consequence, or at the very least, stop preventing it. At the end of the day, this is all self preservation. Nobody is coming to protect your peace for you. People in your life should not assume that because you are single, your time and your energy is available for the taking. Your time and energy are first and foremost for you. So guard them like they do belong to you. Because if you don't take your own self preservation seriously, nobody else is going to do it for you.